What's up, YouTube? Let me ask you a question. Did you kick ass today? Did you kick ass today? Let me tell you something. I kicked ass today. So I've been road biking lately. Let me rewind it back. I feel great. Did you kick ass today? I kicked ass today. I feel great. I just got done doing a 13-mile bike ride this morning. Got my cup of coffee right here on the floor, and I just picked up this bike on Sunday, on Easter Sunday, which should tell you what's my dedication right now, which is terrible. But I picked up this bike Easter Sunday. It's a giant Defy 5, size medium. It's 2014. And so after 1 week of riding, I want to say I did 34 miles in 1 week. I think it's 38. To be honest with you, I think it's 38, but I don't want to lie if it ain't 30. Excuse me, I don't want to lie if it ain't 38. So I'll just say 34, but excuse me, that coffee, man. Damn. But yeah, I just finished my first week on this bike. I've only been riding bikes for about 4 months now, so I know there's guys out there that do 40 miles a day, 32 miles a day, and I'm happy for you. That's awesome. So, but yeah, anyway, I want to do a review on this bike, and, so let's get into it. Hold up. Gotta have coffee first. Ugh. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. All right. Okay, so let's go over the parts first. I know this is a little kind of ghetto video, but it's legit, okay? So anyway, here we go. So the frame and the fork, I wrote this stuff down, so I don't want you to be like, oh, he's copying, la, la, la. No, I wrote it down to make sure I give you guys the right information, because I don't want to give you guys no bullshit, all right? So anyway, here we go. So the frame and the fork is, they call it Alux grade aluminum. Basically, it's a level entry aluminum, but it's aluminium. But anyway, that's the frame and the fork. The shifters, front and back derailleurs, and the brake levers are Shimano Claris Tektro brakes. The rims are double walled, the SR2 giant rims, double walled. And then we got the Presta valves on the bikes. Aesthetically, I like the brakes. I like the hubs. Aesthetically, it's a decent looking bike for a 2014. I love the crank. Aesthetically, I like the crank. But this part here is loud as crap, and we'll get into it. But yeah, I hate Presta valves. Presta valves were developed for smart people, and I'm not that smart, so I'm having a hard time with my Presta valves. But whatever. Okay, anyway. Okay, let's talk about the frame real quick. The frame, this is a 2014. So from 2015 to 2009, they had a award-winning geometry by Bicycling Editor's Choice, and they won 2014, 13, 12, 11, and 2009. So they kept the geometry going into 2015. This is a 2014. So the geometry of the frame is really good for the endurance rider, is what I got out of it. So this is an endurance bike. If you look for a brand new giant Defy, I couldn't find the 5, but they have giant Defies from 1 to 3. They got the carbon forks now, and they're anywhere from, I got $1,400 to $2,500, and right now they're on sale. So I think the level entry is like $1,800, but they got it marked at 14, and then they got the higher quality one marked at 2,000, but not on sale. It's like $2,500. So it's a good bike. Very, very, very good bike. But it's a 2014, so it's a little bit older. So, but I like the frame because it's a comfortable bike. It's a very comfortable bike. Okay, so 2014 Giant Defy 5. I keep saying that just so you know what the review is on. So far, what I've noticed out of my first week of riding, that's 34 miles put in. The bike is okay. So let's start with the tire pressure first, so that way you can get what I'm saying. So the tire pressure on the front and back are 100 psi's. I had this bike a little bit tuned up and oiled and stuff at the bike shop, so I had them put 100 psi in this one and 100 psi in that one, and because of that, I think the bike is a little bit more snappy, and you can feel every single. It's pretty smooth, but when you got the big cracks in the pavement, you feel them. I mean, literally, I had that seat hitting my ass just when you go over big giant cracks. But other than that, it's very smooth. But if you run over something, a reflector or a crack, you're gonna feel it. Now, I think that's because I have high tire pressure on it, but that's fine with me. I wanted it at 100 on both, so if it's losing air or whatever, it just saves me from having to put air in the tires later on. So that's why I told them 100 there, 100 there. I would like it to be, 100 there, 90 here, or maybe 90 there, 80 here, but whatever, it's 100, 100. So maybe that's why the bike is so snappy. I mean, you're riding, you're just like, whoa, snappy. And yeah, you feel every bump. I like the crank. I think it looks pretty freaking cool. Here, let's bring it down so you can see the crank. My bad. Terrible. Sorry. All right, let me bring it to it. Okay, so I like the crank. I think the crank is awesomeness. But the crank and the whole transmission thing, or whatever y'all want to call that, is loud as shit. So it's very loud. If you check the reviews, pretty much everybody had the same complaint. It was loud as shit. So, whatever. Okay. Let's see how that does for a little bit. The pedals, I like the pedals. I have some industrial scissors, and basically I just cut off the, because I didn't know how to remove it, so I just cut off the slip in your feet cage or whatever. I don't like the cage thing, so I cut them off on both sides, and honestly, I like this flat pedal. So there you go. I like the pedals. Loud bike, like the pedals. Okay, so this part here sucks balls. Like, it just freaking sucks. So, I mean, this whole week, this seat has been giving me trouble. I had it tightened at the bike shop. Again, I have a line to where I like my bike and everything, so I had them tighten it and everything. And so it stands up and holds strong, but for some reason, the seat and the post, always move. So if your seat is straight, after a couple of laps, your seat starts turning. And then I just kind of pound it back, and then I keep riding. So this is my first road bike, my first real road bike. But none of my seats have that issue. I have a few bikes, and none of them have that issue. So the seat moving, this getting loose, even the guy had a hard time tightening this up, but we finally got it tight. It didn't move at all just today. So take that for what you want. Yeah, seat post sucks. The saddle is great. If you ever rode a Walmart bike, then the saddle's fine. So, I mean, I like it. I don't like the white color. It would have been cool if it was black, but whatever. Saddle's like $35, so I'm not in a hurry to upgrade the saddle. Aesthetically, man, it's pleasing. It's a road bike. It's got the beautiful handlebars. It's got the beautiful material, nice colors. It makes me want to ride it. It's 2014. It's old as hell, but I mean, I like it. I like that the wheels. I like this fork. I was actually riding today, and I was getting a little like, man, why am I working so hard? So then I started playing around on my bike, and I started treating it like a mountain bike, pushing it down. If I go up, come down, try to push it down a little bit. I don't know if that's proper technique or not. Probably not. But with that fork, man, when you shove down, it just feels like it rolls. So I thought that was pretty cool. So when these bikes first came out, they were made to compete with the big brands. The big brands like Trek, Specialized. I can't remember the other brands, but Trek and Specialized, everybody knows those. They have level entry road bikes, And that's what this was made for. It was made to compete with those other bikes. And supposedly they were beating the other bike makers in every category. I don't have the right words to explain it, but supposedly this bike was kicking ass back in the day. So, yeah. And so in 2014, this bike retailed for $700. I got it off OfferUp for $200. And, you know, that's always been my tips when I make videos, is try to find your stuff on OfferUp or Craigslist. So got it off OfferUp for $200, and I just changed the tubes, got it oiled up, little adjustments, and I mean, it's ready to rock. So that's my review. Anyway, so I'm not knocking the bike at all. Sounds like I'm knocking the bike. Hold on. Oh, sorry, I am freaking stoked. I'm just jacked, man. Good rides this week, 40 hours of work done, 3-day weekend. I am jacked. So anyway, so yeah, I feel like there's a lot of negatives about the bike. Let me pick this up a little bit. Okay, so yeah, I feel like there's a lot of negatives about the bike. But if you're really into the sport and you really want to just get into it, whether it's for fitness or to ride with friends, honestly, I like riding for therapy. That's why I ride. It helps me calm down and sit down, because I'm a very anxious person. So that's why I ride. It just kind of takes me away from everything, and that's why I've been riding so hard. But the reason why I say that is, if you're really into riding and you come across a giant Defy, and granted, you know, it's loud, it's not, you know, no carbon fiber fork, or, you know, it's a good bike to get started on. This bike, I forgot to say, when I first started mountain bike riding, I was at my top speed on my Walmart road bike, or my Walmart. I have a Walmart bike that I turned into a road bike. I put a different tire on there, different saddle, but it's pretty much a mountain bike. And no matter how hard I pedaled, I couldn't go no farther than 11 miles per hour on that bike. So with this bike, right out the gate on Monday, when I first touched it and got on it and rode it, I was already at 12 miles per hour. And I had chopped down my lap time, because I would do 3 laps. So within 3 laps, I chopped down almost 10 minutes, 9 minutes. So, you know, this increased my speed 1 mile and chopped down my lap time by 9 minutes, which was pretty awesome. You know, almost 10 minutes. Today, I took it out. I did 4 laps on it, which I did 13.7 miles today, and I did it in 55 minutes. And I went 13 miles per hour today on the bike. So it is definitely an upgrade from I don't want to knock Walmart bikes, but it's definitely an upgrade. So yeah, and that's what I like about it. It's a real road bike. You can learn and train and practice to use these things here, the levers. And I still haven't got to make it all the way down to the fastest gear. So, and I'm pushing hard, and so I still haven't made it to where I can actually, you know, sprint or go hard balls to the wall. So this is a challenging bike to ride. I like the fact that you can stretch out, and it just works everything. It's helping my neck muscles, side, everything. So it's a great bike. And you know, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of negative to it, but if you want a road bike and you're really passionate about the sport, you're not going to let that little stuff bother you. I probably have OCD or some kind of complex or some kind of stuff going on up here, so that's probably why it bothers me. But no, it's a solid bike, very, very solid bike. So you can't beat it. You know, you just can't beat it. So if I were to upgrade to anything, it'd be a Trek. I'm totally a Trek fan. So anyway, but whatever. My name is Abel. This is ANTV, and thank you for hanging out with me. I'll see you on the next one.